This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Checking off the boxes on your to-do list is a great feeling. And when it comes to checking off coverage, a State Farm agent can help you choose an option that's right for you. Whether you prefer talking in person, on the phone, or using the award-winning app, it's nice knowing you have help finding coverage that best fits your needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Let's play Burlington's Guess That Price. Back to school means back to saving. We're bringing you kids' jeans starting at, hold on a minute, just $11.99. Burlington's acing this test. What about character backpacks? We've got them starting at $12.99. Burlington's done it again. How about sneakers for the kids? A-plus brands and right on trend starting at $11.99. Saving is now in session. Burlington, deals, brands, wow! Styles and selections vary by location.
This is Optimal Work Daily. How to Make Innovative Ideas a Natural Process in Your Career by Judah Pollack with digtofly.com. Recently in Edinburgh, I sat down to enjoy a pot of afternoon tea. I had my potbelly teapot, more than a splash of full-fat cream, a scone, and across from me, a series of pictures of J.K. Rowling. I had wandered into the Elephant House, the tea shop where J.K. Rowling had begun writing the first Harry Potter book. To my left was the table where she wrote. As testament to how long ago it was and how poor she was, there were pictures of her writing by hand in a notebook. This image of J.K. Rowling working hard, writing every day, is the one that has become famous. It is an image of the typical 20th century work ethic. But how did Rowling come up with the idea in the first place? What did her moment of insight look like? She was stuck on a train. Her train from Manchester to London got stuck on the tracks for 4 hours, and the young woman who had been writing stories since she was 6 was too shy to ask to borrow a pen when hers ran out of ink. There was nothing to do but stare out the window. "I really don't know where the idea came from," she has said. "It just came, and it arrived fully formed. I was on the train when I suddenly had this basic idea of a boy who didn't know who he was. He was a young boy attending a school of wizardry. It started with Harry, and then all these characters and situations came flooding into my head. J.K. Rowling has described the experience as, Harry just walked into my head, and it was so unexpected that she didn't even have a working pen." Hard work. The key here is that for all the hard work she put in after the fact, the moment of insight came during her downtime. It came when she was staring out the window. In the book The Chaos Imperative, which I wrote with Ori Braffman, we call this downtime white space, and it's an essential ingredient to the 21st century workday. Why, you may ask? Because as our economy shifts from the creation of goods to the creation of knowledge, we are asking that all of our workers become more innovative. And what the neuroscience tells us is that to be more innovative, we need to spend more time in the white space. Examples abound. Einstein discovered the first concept of his general theory of relativity, equivalency, while leaning back in his chair, arms above his head, taking a break from his work at the patent office. Like J.K. Rowling, the innovation came in the white space. Importance of dreaming. Dmitri Mendeleev discovered the structure of the periodic table in a dream. The brilliant Indian mathematician Ramanujan said his discoveries came to him in dreams. He credited the goddess Namagiri with writing the equations on his tongue, and every morning he had the ritual of awakening and writing down his discoveries. Thomas Edison was famous for taking cat naps. Sleep, daydreaming, spacing out, all of these inefficient uses of time in a production economy are becoming important uses of time in a knowledge economy. The reason is because white space is essential for optimal brain performance. Take the beloved but endangered practice of napping. Researchers have found that the effects after a short 5 to 15-minute nap are almost immediate. People were more alert and their brains are functioning faster. The effects last for 1 to 3 hours. A longer nap of 30 minutes caused a period of sleep inertia upon first waking up, but then people showed improved cognitive awareness for a longer period of time, up to a few hours. Longer naps of an hour or more are not beneficial. You'll be happy to know the best time to grab a 20-minute nap is right after lunch. White space. But why does white space make us more innovative? The answer is a little part of our brains called the default mode network, DMN. The DMN is a network of about 10 brain regions that deal with things from autobiographical memory, to error prediction, to future forecasting, to translation of sensory information. When these disparate brain regions start talking to each other, Novel connections start to be made. The DMN is your insight factory, but it doesn't work when you're busy and on task. It works best and presents its information to you when you are in white space. That is why Rowling, Einstein, Ramanujan, and Mendeleev all had their insights while not focusing on their work. If you want to be more innovative, or you want your employees to be more innovative, you have to create the white space for the DMN to flourish. This means the most efficient systems now must have built-in inefficiencies. How can you do that? It's all about giving yourself downtime and shifting your focus. Key takeaways. Take a short nap after lunch. Sounds crazy, but the research doesn't lie. Take a short walk when you feel your energy lag. Watch a random YouTube video in the middle of the day. Meditate for 5 minutes in the middle of a project or between meetings. Help someone on a totally unrelated project to spark new connections. Start a new book and read a few pages during your breaks and before bed. Go to lunch with people and agree to not talk about anything work-related. And play. Keep toys at your desk. Create physical, tactile input to your brain. The sudden appearance of innovative ideas is a natural process. When asked if anything like Harry Potter popping into her head had ever happened before, J.K. Rowling replied, "Yes, truthfully." And then she laughed. I mean, other ideas have just come to me. Ideas do come to you. When I sat down to write this post, I drew a blank. So I got up and made a cup of tea. I mindlessly dunked my tea bag up and down in the water. Tea took me back to Scotland, and that took me to the Elephant House and Harry Potter, and I knew how to begin. You just listened to the post titled, "How to Make Innovative Ideas a Natural Process in Your Career" by Judah Pollack with digtofly.com.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
The Jack Welch Management Institute at Strayer University helps you go from, "I know the way," to "I've arrived" with our top 10 ranked online MBA. Gain skills you can learn today and apply tomorrow. Get ready to go from "make it happen" to "made it happen." And keep striving. Visit strayer.edu/JackWelchMBA to learn more. Strayer University is certified to operate in Virginia by Chev and has many campuses, including at 2121 15th Street North in Arlington, Virginia.
And thank you to Judah. Judah Pollack is a former faculty member of Stanford StartX and a current lecturer at UC Berkeley's Haas School of Business. As a speaker and strategic advisor in the art of leadership, he works regularly with the U.S. Army's Special Forces and Red Team University, as well as civilian clients such as the Plexus Institute, Airbnb, IDEO.org, and the North Face. Come by judahpollack.com for a lot more. And also I want to thank Carl Stabe for giving us permission to narrate articles from his site, digtofly.com, which means, by the way, dig deep to fly high. Carl helps entrepreneurs understand their struggles and then turn them into stepping stones. In 2010, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer and was then laid off from his job in 2011. And while those were obviously really difficult situations, he calls them blessings in disguise. Since then, he has stopped doing work that doesn't fit with his passions and instead now focuses on things he truly cares about. He is the author of the book Bring Gratitude, and he's got a lot to offer on his site, so please do come check it out. Again, it's digtofly.com, and I have that linked in this episode's description. He's also got a podcast, and you can find the Dig to Fly podcast wherever you get your audio. But that's going to do it for me today. Have yourself a great weekend. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you back here in the Sunday show where your optimal life awaits.